Thank you for being here in this room, and thanks to Sammy, if she's still here, for bringing me out from Oregon. I'm Charlotte Smith. I own a marketing company, 3 Cow Marketing. I teach direct marketing to farmers. And that started because I grew up on a farm, and in 1980, when I was 14, my dad went bankrupt. It was a commodity farm. He raised grass seed and wheat. And I watched him lose everything over a 4-year period. And I went away to college, and I thought farming was stupid, and I would never go back to it. And then 10 years ago, lo and behold, when my kids were growing up, I kind of wanted the same lifestyle for them. So I started my farm. But in the meantime, I'd been out in the professional world. I had an event planning business that I sold to start the farm. And I took all my marketing skills that I did in my other business and brought it to my farm and became profitable right away. And I'm here today to inspire you guys all to build your own profitable farms. And like Paul was just talking about, you got to think about this stuff from the start. Many people come to me after they've had their farm for a couple years and they see, they're struggling financially, and so now they want to invest some money and time in marketing. But that's too late. So there was a recent USDA study that showed 300 farms go out of business in America each week, and you have an 80% failure rate in the first 2 years, and a 98% chance of failure within the first 5 years. So getting your financing and your marketing in order immediately is really, really important. So about 5 years ago, when all my farmer friends were having me help them with their farming marketing, I published a book. Last year, I have an online course I teach, and I have tons of free resources on our website. So I've got something for everybody to help you get started. There's my book. I won't do a lot of introduction because I'm going to be like you and racing through the slides. We sell everything. In Oregon, we have this weird law with raw milk. If you sell raw milk, you have to sell it 100% from your farm. You can't deliver. You can't be in stores. It forced us to build a little farm store, which we just converted an old shed on our property, but that means 100% of our customers come to us. And when my friends are struggling to go to farmers markets, 3 or 10 markets a week, we have everyone come to us. So it was really a blessing in disguise that we do that. Many people come to me, they pay for my course, and they get there, well, it's all online, so they start and they say, okay, now I paid for your course, tell me where is the best place to advertise? But there's a mindset shift that you really must embrace, and that is that advertising no longer works in today's world. Everything is too scattered. Back in the 50s, pre-cable TV, pre-internet, big corporations knew that every family in America almost had a TV, and they were all gathered around the TV at night watching the same 3 or 4 channels, and they had a captive audience. So if they could pay money for advertising, they would sell their products. And huge corporations were built on that model, and they're still around today. So many farmers think, well, I just need to advertise. I need a spot on a radio or a newspaper or a magazine, or hang a sign in the feed store or Craigslist or Facebook or Instagram. But paying for advertising does not work in today's world. So these are a lot of the questions I get from farmers. I'm in communication with thousands of farmers, probably hundreds of farmers every single week. And they send me the same questions over and over. And it's things like, I need more customers who pay my price. How do I get people to come back next week or next month or next season or next year? How do I get them to stop comparing our prices to grocery store prices, which is huge? And how do I get people to find me? Oh, and I just see people taking pictures. At the end, I have a number you can text, and all the slides will be emailed to you if you'd like. So it'll be on the last slide. I can't remember what that is. And you get on my email list when you do that, but you'll want to be on there because we want to get to know each other. So you can get all these slides at the end. They'll just be emailed to you. It starts with shifting your mindset. So all these farmers come to me every week and they say, all right, I created a website. How do I get people to find me? Or I'm at a farmer's market, or I have a store. How do I get people to find me? But it's really a complete 180-degree mindset shift of marketing is not about being loud and big and getting people to find you. It is about giving to others. In today's world, the only way you're going to compete with Amazon or any food delivery service that's delivering to people's doors, or cheap commodity priced food when we know ours can't compete price-wise, is building relationships. That's what you have. You have connection, you have experience, the farm experience, even if it's your farmer's market booth or your urban farm, your urban garden, you have experience and connection and relationship, and that is what you compete on. That is your currency in today's world. The farmer that will make the most profit and be successful and be here in 2 years and 5 years has those relationship and communication skills, and I teach you how to move them online too. But that is your currency, period. And the ones who are the most successful have learned how to do that. And I really emphasize, because a lot of farmers come to me and say, I like the cows, I like the land, I like the vegetables, I hate people. So there is no way around the fact that if you want to be successful, you have to dig deep within yourself and start to communicate. And so, you know, many times people think, oh, you're a woman, it's so easy. I have a lot of men who take my online marketing course, and they learn how to do this stuff too. And a lot of people like to say, well, I'm an introvert. But it takes practice. I'm an introvert. I was deaf till I was 4 years old, and so I was painfully shy. I didn't talk, and I was scared of people till I was a teenager. So you can learn how to do these things, and not only can you, but you have to if you want your farm to be successful today. So in today's world, when you need something new, you need new insurance, you need a template for a business plan. My daughter got married last year. You need to plan a wedding. Where do you go? You Google it. So as a farmer, if you don't have an online presence, you most likely will not be successful. I have several Amish farms who send their marketing person who's not Amish because they don't have technology to my marketing course, and then it's okay that marketing person for the Amish farms embraces technology as long as the Amish are. So they learn, they have an online, even they know that they have to embrace an online presence and make it work for them. And again, I'm going to emphasize this, that marketing is the lifeblood of your business. Don't wait till year 2 to invest time and money and energy in learning marketing, because it's too late by that point. And it's your responsibility to learn it. The types of relationship building skills and things you need that work in today's world, you really can't hire someone to do that. You can't hire a minimum wage person. You can't hire a student who's studying marketing in college to do that. You have to learn to do it yourself. If you want to hire someone to do it, you need to be willing to pay a lot of money, because if they're good at the things I teach, they've got their own business going already, whatever it might be. And because these skills are, you know, they work for farming, but also any business you have. And so a lot of people will say, well, do I really need to study marketing the way you teach it? Because I have a Facebook page with 10,000 people who like it, or I go to 10 farmers markets a week, or I have great Instagram account. But those are not a marketing plan or a marketing strategy. Those are all channels, and they're important channels, but they are not your strategy. You will not build a successful, profitable farm on Facebook or Instagram, or even go to the farmer's market every week unless you have a strategy built in, just like your finances. What you need are loyal, consistent customers. When you have this, and these people aren't going to come to you, we teach you how to go out and find them. When you have loyal, consistent customers, they don't care what the price is. They come to you, they have this great relationship with you, you hand them their product, they hand you their credit card, they never question the price. And these are people of all socioeconomic levels. When your marketing is about giving and abundance and relationship and experience, price is secondary to any of that. Number two, they come back to buy from you either every week or season or year, whatever it is. They wouldn't dream of shopping anywhere else because you're their person. And also, one of the greatest things is you don't have to worry about competition. When you market the way I like to inspire people to market, there is no competition among businesses because we each develop our own tribe of loyal, consistent customers that come back over and over. And you can have a farm right next door to you, and they've got their own tribe. And then you have farmers collaborating and loving each other and helping each other and giving each other. And there's never any sense of competitiveness. So what it is you're selling, and again, this is a big mindset shift. Most people think they're selling, in my case, raw milk and eggs or chickens or beef or vegetables or a CSA or sheep or breeding stock, whatever it is. But that's not what people are buying. They don't wake up in the morning and think, geez, I want to find a place to go spend $30 on a chicken. They don't do that. They're Googling their problems, their struggles they have in life. They're trying to reach a goal. Maybe they signed up for their first 5K because they just turned 40 and they realize in order to live longer, they need to get healthier. So they signed up for a 5K, and now they're like, oh no, and they're Googling, and they realize if they change how they eat, they will have more energy and they'll be able to do their workouts. Somehow they landed on your farm's website where you have talked about this on there. That's a solution to their problem. So you're helping them solve their problem. Yeah, you're giving them a chicken on the side, but you've helped them solve their problem. That's why they buy from you. And when you find out why they buy from you, that's when that's the first step. And we have all sorts of email templates with questions and things to help farmers learn exactly why their customers buy from them. So these are the three essentials of a marketing strategy, the three basic things. You know who your ideal customer is. I have a whole chapter on that in my book. You must have a basic website, and you have to have an email capturing service, something like MailChimp, which is free for the first 1,000 people. By the time you have to pay for it, you will be making plenty of money and have no problem. And that's the only legal way to practice email marketing or email, groups of people if you're selling a product. So you've got to do that anyway. So break them down. Your ideal customer, most people think, well, I raise vegetables. Everyone needs vegetables, therefore I'm selling to everyone, or everyone is my potential customer. But when you do that, you dilute your marketing, you don't connect with anybody. So I like to say, if you're selling to everyone, you're selling to no one. So what that means is, again, it's a real, sometimes a mindset shift for people. You have to really hone in on who is that one person, and I have this whole worksheet and training on that where you figure out who's your favorite customer. You love them because they're always there. They never argue with their price. We all have those. They come back every season and they tell their friends about you. Who's that one person that you wish everyone else was like? When you identify them and you target all your marketing materials, like everything you write, every picture you take, every Instagram or Facebook post is targeted to this one ideal customer, you actually connect with far more people and you attract far more people. So once you get over that hurdle of thinking, I'm not selling to everybody, I'm selling to this one person, you will attract far more people. Website. So website design is important. We have a free tutorial on how to create a website, and I'm going to hand out a sheet at the end that has links on there to things like this. It's not good enough to just hire someone to create a website for you. They need to, there's two ways to do it, hire it done or do it yourself. We teach you how to do it really step by step. It's super easy on something like Squarespace, but your website has to be written to your ideal customer. So it's not just enough to put your products up there. You have to integrate your ideal customer's exact description within your website. One of the biggest things I see, because I research hundreds of farmers' websites all the time, is when I have to scroll and click to find out what it is you sell. So if you get nothing out of this talk today except one thing, Make it that you go home and look at your website and that you can see what you sell above the fold, that nobody has to scroll down or click. That means right here in the header it says grass-fed beef, pastured pork, poultry, eggs, and raw milk. Because if someone lands on your website and they can't tell without clicking, maybe there's a picture of a cow there and your family, but it doesn't say what you sell, you're going to lose them. They're going to click away because they'll be, they don't see their solution right there, so they're going to click on. So the email capturing service, the neat thing about that is they sign up for your email list through your website, and we teach you how to get a free gift up there, so they want to give you their email address. You get their email, you get their first name. So when they get an email from you that says, say, Dear Julie, even though they know it's a mass email, it still feels that much more personal, and there's a little bit of trust built just by doing that one thing. And then you can reach your customers consistently. We're going to talk in a bit about Facebook, but maybe 3% of the people who like your Facebook page actually see a Facebook post. Email is the only way you can reach them consistently on a regular basis. Say, I suggest a minimum of once a month, year round. That way everyone is seeing your marketing. And then your communication plan. So this is where we really work with our farmers to speak from the heart. You're building relationships with people. They want to know you. They want to know your story. We help pull that out of you. They need to know a little bit about how hard farming is, not all of it, or they'll never shop from you again. But leave the horror stories because I see these posted on the internet all the time. Share the lessons and some of the struggles with them. You've got to give outstanding customer service. When you market this way, you reach tons of people. Everyone knows instantly if they got a bad egg and you didn't refund their money. So you got to give good customer service. Focus on what you can give. Remember, it's not about getting people to find you. It's about giving them education, inspiration, pictures of the new baby cow, pictures of a customer trying to feed the calf a bottle or out working in your fields. So what can you give them? And then you sell them what they want. They want to finish their first 5K this year. You're going to sell them months worth of chickens to do that. And communication tips. So everything you communicate, you've got to be yourself. I look at a lot of farmers' websites and they're really trying, I think they think it makes them look more credible. They have more credibility if they look like a corporation. And I don't see the farmer's name in there or a picture of the farmer. If you have a website, you are your business. So I want to see yourself. I want your emails to have personality. You've got to be consistent. You've got to email your customers once a month, year-round minimum, even if you have a seasonal business, because they'll forget about you if you stop emailing them in October because your CSA is done, and then you ask them to resubscribe in March. They've forgotten. They've moved on to another CSA, someone who did a little better job of keeping in touch with them or someone they ran into. So year-round, you've got to be in touch with people. And with technology today, you can pre-schedule all that. So you can sit down in October with when the season's over and pre-schedule your monthly emails that you're going to reuse the next year to keep in touch with them all winter. And even if you're not selling parsnips in the winter, you can send them a recipe because they're going to have parsnips on their holiday table. So you're still giving to them even though they aren't going to pay you for anything until spring if you're a seasonal business. All right, so this is kind of a circle, sums up what I just talked about. You start out at the top with a fantastic product. With the internet today, people will know if your product is not fantastic. You have to know first who your ideal customer is. If someone calls me for consulting and they say their marketing isn't working, no one's buying, no one's clicking, no one's calling, I say, well, who are you selling to? Who's your ideal customer? And they say, everyone. I know they've skipped that step. So your marketing will not connect with people until you identify your ideal customer. You've got to have an effective website, and that means that it's written in a way that connects with your ideal customer. You've got to have an email capturing service. Again, that's the legal way to communicate today. You've got to be consistent. Consistency minimum of once a month year-round. Be yourself. Be the farmer. You're Farmer John. They want to know you. They want to know what's going on. You sell them what they want, which is they want to get a healthy dinner on the table really fast, or they want to wow their friends with a farm fresh dinner, or they want to PR in the CrossFit box next week. That's what they want. They don't want, and they are willing to pay $30 for a chicken to get what they want. So that's what you're selling them. And then lastly, focus on what you can give, and that's the inspiration, education. And then I just want to point out, because again, a lot of people, because I work with a lot of farmers, and they will put off their marketing because they think that being on Facebook or the farmer's market is good enough. But until they're on your email list, they are not your customer. And your business is your email list. If your business is your email list is your list of customers and potential customers. That is your business. If you think, no, I have 1,000 likes here and a lot of followers there and no email list because you haven't taken the time to build it, you have no business yet, because you can't reach all of those customers and let them know that you've got cattle going into the slaughter or that your CSA is opening up for them to buy or anything like that. So it's really important you collect them on your email list. And just some stats about Facebook. It is not a marketing plan. Maybe 3 to 6% of the people see your posts. You can't email them all at once. You can't let them know what you've got in stock or not in stock, and Facebook has all the control. So if you put a post on Facebook page that has 1,000 likes, maybe 30 people will see it, depending on the post. That can go up and down. If you send an email to the same list of people, 1,000 people, 40% of them will open it and 10% of them will take action. So you've got 100 people buying your product with an email versus a few people seeing it on Facebook and virtually almost always nobody purchasing. So you've got to have a marketing strategy. And then free trainings here, and I'll pass this out. I also have the Profitable Farm Facebook group with Charlotte Smith, about 4,400 farmers in there now. It's free to join, but you do have to answer the questions. That's where I go in and do lots of training and interviews. I interviewed an accountant earlier this year. Maybe I should interview you in there on business plans. That's free, and I'm always doing whatever trainings I can. I'll interview farmers. I interview Joel Salatin and Mark McAfee for you raw milk producers. So I try to have a wide variety of interviews in there where you can learn something from. And then this is, if you want a copy of the slides, if you text to the number 44222, 3 cow slides, you will get a copy of the slides, but you will be on my email list. So then twice a month, you're going to get emails from 3 Cow Marketing about endless imaginable things. Also, I will be at the National Farmers Union table out there if you guys have questions afterwards, because I know we have short question time here. I'm going to be there the rest of the day. I'll have my books there. These, I'm just going to sell them at cost. They're $8.99 on Amazon, and I ordered them for $4.99. So if you bring a $5 bill to the National Farmers Union booth, you can have a book. And these are handouts with all those free trainings listed on them. And National Farmers, I'm president of the Northwest Farmers Union, which is Oregon, Washington, Idaho, which makes me one of 3 women on the board of 35 men. So talk about diversity, we're moving that way.